What's good, guys? Welcome back to All About Arsenal. And today, Floppian Wirtz strikes again. But okay, I just had to get it out of my system. But it's really a team, what do you call it? Decay from Liverpool at the moment. I know it's all about Arsenal. Yes, I love my Gooners. We won that match. I just want to get into that. But I want to do this video after watching the Liverpool-Chelsea match. Or should I say Chelsea versus Liverpool? All I got to say is Liverpool fans hold that. And I think it's about time that a lot of Liverpool fans are going to be quiet now. They're going to be humbled now. I can't wait to hear all that talk, because last week was all about, oh, it doesn't matter that we're playing rubbish. Arsenal are still top of the league. Oh, but who's top? Who's top? Who's top now? Who is top now? Who's top now? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I thought so. There was so much arrogance. And that was one of the things that got on my nerves about Liverpool fans. It's like, Arsenal can play rubbish, man. We play rubbish, and then at the last minute, is what champion. And that's what the commentators were saying at the beginning, is because you know what is the stuff of champions, that champions will find a way to win. They will grind out 3 losses in a row. Not even Arsenal would do that. Not even Arsenal would do that. 3 losses in a row. Now, I bet you the narrative is going to change from, oh my gosh, is what champions do, to there are serious problems now. There are problems at Liverpool. It's clear now. They spend all that money. I, for one, as an Arsenal player, I thought, listen, if these guys get Isak, it's done. If they get Isak, it's over. That was the power move, right? That was, like Thanos putting on the gauntlet and snapping his finger. That was the move for me when they got Isak as well. And I saw Wirtz, and I was like, wow, this team's going to be cooking. Now, for me, I'm going to get onto the Gooners, right? For me, one of the things I was thinking, which everybody was saying, is that just wait till they get in gear. Just wait till they get in gear. Wait till they get in gear. I don't think Slot knows what's going on. I think the first couple of games they were winning, even though it weren't convincing. I believe there was that fear that is Liverpool. Teams will come to them at Anfield, or they will go away to other teams. And for the fact they were Liverpool, in teams' minds, the opposition will just be like, you know what? Wow, we're playing the champions. We're up against champions. They are looking at the talent. They are looking at Ekitike. They're looking at Wirtz. They're looking at Salah. I'm thinking, how can we actually compete with this? But Liverpool look like a very average team now. It's like, have you ever watched wrestling? Like back in the days before they now exposed secrets about wrestling, there was some certain wrestlers like Kane. Who remembers Kane? When Kane first came, he was invincible. You'll punch him, he wouldn't move. You'll kick him, he wouldn't move. Then eventually he started to become human. That's exactly what's happened to Liverpool right now. They've become, their immortality's been stripped off. Their, that sense, that smell of being invincible is just fizzled away, is dissolved. Now you're seeing a very average team. Salah, my gosh. Salah, he only performed well that last season to secure the bag. Hats off to Salah. Yeah. That man secured the bag. Yeah. 400k a week. He was, you know what? He was probably their worst attacker. I would go far to say, who was it? Worst player was Konate. Konate is diabolical. That guy is a calamity, right? Oh my gosh. He got substituted, right, for Endo, and Gravenberch had to go into centre back. But the goal they conceded at the last minute, which was a beauty. And I'm happy that now teams are doing to Liverpool what they were doing to teams at the beginning. Last minute headers, last minute penalties. Liverpool are so jammy. But you know what? That's the thing about luck. Luck runs out. Now we're getting to see the spine of the team, and they are looking like jellyfish at the moment. Not a lot of substance there. And Slot, he's worrying now. There's a big worry there. I looked at Isak. This guy, he's not doing it well. He got that little assist for Cody Gakpo, and everyone is going to say, oh, he needs fitness. That's why he should have trained with the Newcastle team. Even if you wanted to leave, you should have trained with them. But you went on strike. You spent weeks not even playing football. And now all of a sudden, Isak does not look like the most dangerous striker. But people are going to say, you know what? Shut up, Dio. Doesn't matter. It's still early days. He's getting fit. He's going to get fit. He's going to get there. At this moment in time, boy, now I look back and I think Arsenal should have taken it to Liverpool. They should have taken it to them. Now I think the trend is teams are going to take it to Liverpool. Teams are going to realize their weaknesses, their frailties, knowing that you're playing Szoboszlai as right back. Even though he was playing as a number 10, they swapped him for Wirtz. Wirtz did nothing, so he's now 009 now. He did have a wonderful flick onto Salah, and Salah messed it up. Liverpool are in a bit of a mini crisis. I'm not going to say full blown because these guys are just 1 point behind Arsenal and anything could happen. It's very early. Anything could happen. Next 3-4 games is going to determine a lot. But I had to get that out my system because I just watched the match. But now back to the Gooners. So as champions do, or potential champions do, former champions 20 years ago, I have to put that in because people say, shut up, mate. Arsenal beat West Ham. This was big for us because West Ham has been our bogey team. So has Newcastle. So back-to-back wins for the Gunners at our bogey teams. And the reason why I've got to rate the Gunners, our, defensive record, we've conceded 3 goals in all competitions. We've not conceded 1 goal in the Champions League. We conceded a goal to an absolute worldie from Dominic Szoboszlai. We conceded another great goal in the motion of play by Voltemada. Yes, by Voltemada. And the other goal we conceded was against Haaland, the inevitable. But besides that, Arsenal won their game. Now, we should have gone up very early. There was a very open, it was basically an open goal for Eze, but the ball came at him with speed, and I don't think he anticipated it. It just went over the bar, and I thought, But I had that confidence that Arsenal were going to do well. Rice stepped up, scored a second goal, and Saka in the second half got the penalty. It was a penalty on Timber. The techers that Timber displayed to take the ball down. I think Timber, after Hakimi, is probably the best right back in the world. I think Timber. There's nobody in the Premiership. No right back is better than Timber in the Premiership. And if you think there's any, please let me know in the comments. Timber's a beast. And going forward, if you see the techers, the way he took down the ball, controlled it, got fouled, got pushed, rash challenge, penalty, Saka took it. Now, remember the penalty 2 seasons ago that Saka missed against West Ham. And that game, I think we ended up losing it. And those 2 points, if we had won that game, we could have won the league. He took his time to take the penalty. The whistle went, he took his time. And I think he was composing himself, whacked it very well. Right-hand side, just mid, of the goal. Mid-side of the goal, right in the middle, tucked it away. So the keeper wouldn't have been able to save it anyway. And I think it was a good, solid performance. West Ham had 1 shot for the whole game. We shut them out. That's what a defense does, Liverpool. But let me go into individual performances, right? And you know what? Another injury to Odegaard and Odegaard this was the first game Odegaard, Eze and Saka started and it looked promising. Odegaard looked good with his passing. He dropped in deep, picked up the ball while Eze was going more forward centrally, but going more forward. And I like the positions that Eze is picking up. He's always picking up those second balls and going for the shot. And I think it's so great that we have Eze there because one of the major criticisms last season was lack of goals and lack of shooting. We tended to be a bit gun shy, a bit goal shy. We'll get into good shooting positions and be passing the ball around. So it's good having Eze in those positions as well. So we played a 4-3-3. We had Timber, Beast, Saliba. You know what I'm going to do? For the sake of time, I'm going to get into my ratings. So Raya, 8 out of 10, had hardly nothing to do. There was a little bit of a shakiness in the first minute of the game. I think it was a bit of an awkward clearance from Gabriel and it was a corner and one of their players, I forgot who it was, he got ahead to the ball but it went extremely wide. But it was a little worrying moment. Besides that, he had nothing to do, 8 out of 10. Timber, another great performance, 8 out of 10. Saliba and Gabriel, I'll mark them together, 8 out of 10. They didn't put a foot wrong. There was nothing to do. Calafiori, 8. But He was one of the star players, Calafiori. A lot of people talk about Skelly inverting into the midfield, and Calafiori doesn't do that. Calafiori was taking up a lot of space in the midfield. He was playing a central role in that midfield, whereas Rice sometimes would drop a bit deep or go a bit further. And Calafiori looked very comfortable in the mid part of the field. He played well. He quieted Jared Bowen. Bowen was quiet. Yeah, he was on his side, wasn't he? Yeah, he was quiet. He didn't get a lot of change against Gabriel and Calafiori. So Calafiori, I give a strong 8. He did well. And I think I'm doing this for Calafiori because he picked up a lot of great positions in the central part of the field. He was bombing up and down. He's got more of a free role if you watch how he plays as well. He did occupy great positions within the game. So I rate Calafiori. Martin Odegaard was a 6. He went off in about 30 minutes, but he looked so promising in the game. He's passing. Oh my gosh. The way he's slicing teams open, the way he's breaking the lines with his intricate passing, but he had to go off injured. Apparently, he wasn't a knee brace, but I think that's just more for precaution. So safe to say that he's not going to be going off with Norway. I think with Odegaard, he doesn't look physically strong. Do you understand? I think I've got to get him some pounded yam and some soup because he's got to put on a bit of muscle. He does look a bit frail. He doesn't, not frail like sickly, please don't get me wrong, but he doesn't look physically strong that, you know, you can easily move him off the ball. So I think he's got to put on a bit of muscle, a bit of size to him, you know, and get a bit of strength. I think I'm no expert, but that's what I can see. For players easily getting injured like he is, then you have to start to think that his physical strength, you know. So I say start getting onto the pounded yam diet for now. A bit of eba, egusi soup. Let's get it. But he looked promising, but I've got to give him a 6 because he didn't really get to express himself in the whole match. Rice, I would say 9. That's me. Rice always tends to feel, you know what? He gives you that impression he's a dare caught in headlights whenever he plays against West Ham because the respect he has for West Ham. And sometimes when they're playing at the London Stadium, yeah, right? They boo him. And I think they just do it just to distract him, even though he was a great servant for West Ham. He got the goal. He played well. He commanded that midfield. He was getting into goal-scoring opportunities, linking up play extremely well. I give him a 9. He really did well. Eze, I'll probably say a 6 for Eze. I love Eze. If he had got that goal, it'd have been a 7-8. But he did hold the ball well. He controlled the ball well. He got play moving, occupied great positions, but a bit of a quiet game for Eze. Saka, Bukayo, I've got to give him a 7. I say that because he got the goal. He didn't make such a great impact on the game. There was nothing he did that was memorable for me. This was more of a match for the midfielders. The midfielders controlled this game more than anything else. Victor Yoker, as I say, is 6. Struggled, did get into good positions, made a couple of good runs. He gets doubled up on madly. He gets doubled up on. He got roughed up a lot of times. He only got about 2 decisions that went his way. I think a couple of more should have went his way, but he didn't have the best of games. Trossard, I give a 6 as well. Technically good on the ball. He didn't really do much for me. Nothing really stood out for me for Trossard. So I've got to give him a 6. I would say that, you know, the defender, Skelly, he had a good game. I'll say 6, 7. Martinelli, he did get into good positions. I'll say 7. He did pose a bit of a threat. Mikel Merino, I'd say a 6. Held the ball up well. Didn't really have much to do. Nothing much to criticize, but there was nothing like, Cantona that you could say, yeah. Martin Zubimendi came on for Declan Rice. I would say probably an 8. He really controlled the game well when he came on. He kept things ticking a lot, even though there were times where he was short passed. And I mean that the ball didn't come out to him as he would have wished. Short passes, but he still was resilient. He did well, controlled that midfield with Rice. I'll give him an 8. Ethan Wanyeri, I'll give him a 7. He did look threatening. He looked bright on the ball. He was a bright spark. He was running into that central positions, you know, taking up good positions as well. So I'll probably give a 7 to Ethan Wanyeri. So all in all, it was a good day at the office. We did what we had to do. And I'm proud of the Gooners. But the question is, can Arsenal go on to do it? It's an international break, and they enter into this international break top of the Premier League with 1 point above Liverpool. Arsenal, Mikel Arteta should be saying, guys, now we are top. We are not moving from this place. We are not moving from this place. This is where we're staying. The next couple of games, next 10 games are favourable for Arsenal, unfavourable for Liverpool. They've got a mix of, I know they've got to play Palace again in the League Cup. They've got Man United. They've got Man City. They've got a couple tricky customers coming up. So it's not going to be an easy time for Liverpool. So Arsenal really need to draw blood now and just completely smash at these teams coming up. And I know they will. That's why I was happy that we had those difficult games at the beginning, because it meant now we've now probably got an easier streak of games. Not saying that they cannot be a few curveballs, but getting past some of these teams that tripped us up, like Newcastle and West Ham, we're seeing this is a different Arsenal team. We're controlling games. We're comfortable. We're comfortable at the back. Liverpool. So I just had to get it out, mate. Just had to get it out. It's looking promising for the Gunners. So I believe we can do it. If we're able to get, because now, between now and Christmas, if we only, I would say, let's go and win all those games. They are winnable games. Tough. The toughest one is Palace coming up. But it will be at the Emirates. It will be at home. So I do favour us as well. I wonder how Eze will perform in that match as well. But I believe Arsenal can go on to do it. People are going to say it's early. I don't really care. Yes, seeing that Liverpool are in bad form, Arsenal have to take every advantage. And the depth that we have is crazy. And I believe that is what's helping Arsenal. Even though we're picking up injuries in almost every game, the fact is that this next 3 weeks or next 2 weeks, within this international break, Madueke should be back. Nkapie should be back. We should be seeing Jesus as well. So the depth of a squad is silly. It is silly. And I'm very excited for what the Gunners can do. We look strong in every department. There is not one department of Arsenal's team that is weak. Not one department. So Mikel Arteta should be really drilling it into the boys. Liverpool have dropped points again. You man them. They've dropped 6 points now. You man them have to go on a blistering run and leave Liverpool behind. But let me know what you think in the comments. Can Arsenal get this over the line? I believe they can. That's all from me. Till the next time, peace.